like I suppose when I first accessed the Blenheim Project, looking for help, looking for treatment, I suppose, after being told about it by a drug referral worker at the time, as they was. Blue Door, Portobello, 321 Portobello Road. You can't forget that address, can you, really? I don't know, I was intimidated, I've got to admit. I went up there, it was open from 1 till 4, and I think I was up there at 5 to 1. I thought, all right, maybe I've got a chance, because I knew I was done. I thought, you know what, there's not going to be no bad thing in asking for help. I'd ask you for a tenner and a fiver for a bag of drugs, so what's the point in, there's going to be no bad comeback with it. If they say no, whatever, all right, what have I done? I've wasted an hour, I can do that. But I wasn't. I walked in there and I was quite intimidated. There was quite a few users in there. I was one of them. I'd been using with a couple of them at least a couple of days before. So I know that the people who were in there, but it was the workers and the other people that I didn't know and I weren't too sure of. And I think my first interaction was with Deanne. I had to go up and do an assessment. And I remember I'm sitting in them chairs and I'm watching. There was someone opposite getting the needles, what's it called? Acupuncture in the ear roll. And I'm thinking, you're a fucking man. Like, what's going on there? He's sticking needles in people. This is for drugs. What are you doing? I'm going to go out and start slurping in a minute. But I don't know. It felt like, for the first time, I was going to be given a chance to actually get on my life. I'd never felt like that before. And yeah, I was intimidated, but I was a little bit excited, if I'm honest, as well, because I thought, wow, I've never been given this before. I've never been given this chance. And after doing the assessment with Deanne, she went, right, you can access all this. And then she rattled off shiatsu's, breakfast, blah, 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 all these one things like that. And I was thinking, what, this is all free? I ain't got to pay for this. No, you ain't got to pay for it. I'll be here tomorrow. And I did every day for a year. I was there at 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. And you can ask any staff member that for a whole year, every day, 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. And that's where the basis of my recovery came from. I put that little bit of work in at the beginning, carried it through maybe for a year. And it allowed me to build up my confidence in myself that I can be someone. Yeah, all right, I can laugh and joke and rap, but I've got a deep and serious side sometimes. And I was allowed, I suppose, to explore that through counselling. I've never been given that option to talk before. You know, my talk about who's got the best drugs and Arsenal have won. That's it. That'd be the limit of my conversation. And we was talking about my childhood, my mum, my dad, and whoa, this is... But then things started coming out, and I went to a session once, I suppose, what really changed it for me, I went to this session with a counsellor once, and she said to me, you're grieving. And my granddad had died 15 years previous. 15 years previous, I'd just gone on a mental one, and it had carried on for 15 years. I never even realised that I was grieving. And that moment, that absolute moment of clarity, when everything started falling into place, I can't beat that. I will never have a feeling or a moment like that again. It seemed like it lifted a weight off my shoulders. It was just that release. And I say that I fully engaged in my treatment from day one up until I went into rehab and treatment again. That part of it, I fully engaged in. It was only when I came out of doing the rehab the first time, 6 weeks, then I thought my recovery was done, and that was the mistake that I made.